Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and this week has probably been the biggest week when it comes to future announcements for Overwatch 2. A lot of this pertaining to the Battle Pass changes, where there's going to be a lot more free content, also map changes, how heroes work, just all sorts of things. And most of this information is coming from the dog himself, Aaron Keller, with various news sources like Dorado and Flats, who isn't necessarily a news source, he's just your boy. And today we're just going to rapid fire a lot of these announcements, because there's like 15 of them that came out earlier this week, even just yesterday, and you probably missed at least one of these things. So the first thing I want to talk about is actually the Battle Pass, something that people have been begging Blizzard to change ever since Season 1. Well, luckily it's finally happening, because come Season 10, Overwatch has decided to finally put Overwatch 2 coins within the Battle Pass. Now, they didn't specify how much coins are going to be in the Battle Pass, but I have a hunch it's going to be about 400 coins, because they're also going to be increasing the amount of free coins that you get from weekly challenges from 540 total coins to 600 coins, which means if you complete all 9 weeks of your weekly challenges and complete the Battle Pass, which I'm guessing is going to be 400, you get 1,000 Overwatch 2 coins, which means you can get the next season's Battle Pass for free. Now, I really want to stress that it's just a guess that's going to be 400 coins, because if it's anything less, it's kind of going to be a scam. But nonetheless, we can at least be happy that they're finally going to be putting coins and not just Overwatch 1 currency in the Battle Pass. I also wonder, are they still going to have Overwatch 1 currency in the Battle Pass? I hope so. Along with coins changing, Mythic skins are also going to be kind of changing. Not how they look, but how you actually get them. Where not only are you going to be able to buy past Mythic skins with the new Mythic skins section of the shop, but also a third currency is coming into the game. Right now, we have Overwatch 2 coins, which is the currency that everyone wants. Overwatch 1 currency, which you can really only buy Overwatch 1 skins with, but the third currency is going to be what's called Mythic Prisms. This is what's actually going to allow you to buy past Mythic skins, and I could be wrong on this because they didn't really explain it all that well, but I'm guessing is what's going to allow you to buy the current Mythic skin. And the reason why this is important is because maybe you'll just get, I don't know, like 100 Mythic Prisms, and every Mythic skin costs maybe 100 Mythic Prisms, and if you don't like this season's Mythic skin, where you can go back and buy a previous Mythic skin with the Mythic Prisms that you got with this season's Battle Pass. And I just can't imagine how many times I said Mythic in that sentence. Now again, I could be completely wrong with how you buy the current season's Mythic skin, but just know in the future I probably will make a dedicated video just talking about the Mythic skin shop and Mythic Prisms and how that whole thing works. But the final update related to the Battle Pass is actually in regards of heroes, because in case you guys haven't heard, all heroes starting with Venture are going to be given out for free, and all previous Overwatch heroes are going to be given out for free as well. This is basically just going back to the old Overwatch 1 days where all heroes are free. Just as simple as that. You'll be able to play every single hero for free. No longer will you have to buy the Battle Pass or do challenges to unlock them. Now, this next update actually comes from an interview between Aaron Keller and our boy Flats. Now, this interview had a lot of bits just talked about when it comes to the future of Overwatch 2, but the biggest drop that Aaron Keller talked about is actually 2 up-and-coming hero reworks to 2 DPS heroes. Now, as of right now, we don't know which DPS heroes specifically are going to be picked, but we know one of them is going to be one of the 7 DPS heroes, because it's going to be a guy hero, according to Aaron Keller.
When they're ready, they'll come. Hopefully it's sooner rather than later. And I think at least for one of them, he's pretty close.
So that means Bastion, Cassidy, Genji, Hanzo, Junkrat, Reaper, Soldier, and Torbjorn are all on the chopping block for a potential rework, but I'm guessing it's gonna be Cassidy because he's in the weirdest spot right now with his grenade and the meta. However, Aaron Keller did specify that just because it's in the pipeline doesn't mean it's 100% going to happen, so don't be expecting Cassidy to be getting dual-wield pistols in the future, or for Reaper only get 1 shotgun. No, it's still being worked on, but if it don't work out, then it won't ever come out. But when we can expect these 2 hero reworks, probably around season 11 and 12. I think they like to save maybe 1 or 2 hero reworks for every season. But heroes aren't the only thing getting reworked, because in the next couple of seasons, maps are also going to be getting tons of changes, not only to already existing maps like to Dorado, Circle Royale, Havana, and also Numbani, where for Numbani specifically, the first point is more likely going to change, maybe add a ramp to that rail where soldiers and Hanzos like to hang out maybe. But more importantly, importantly, the map change that a lot of people are hyped for is Colosseo. The push map that came out originally with Overwatch 2 is set to get the glass removed in season 11, not season 10. Why? Look, I'm not a map editor, but I feel like it should take 9 weeks to go into a map and press the delete key on the glass and to ship out the map. I don't know, man. Maybe it does take longer than that, but at least we can rejoice knowing that a push map as hated as this one is at least gonna get reworked so that could maybe be better. But if we can also throw Shambali in the mix of trying to get maps reworked, that would also be nice too, because I can't stand the second part of that map. But I mean, hey, this wouldn't be a problem if we had a map pick system sort of like Call of Duty where we can simply pick the maps that we want to play on. And Aaron Killer did allude to the fact that maybe in the future there could be a map pick system.
I think if we were to do it, at least at the start, it would only be a quick play feature. There's like some worries about introducing it into comp.
But more than likely that system would only be in like quick play and like a quick play hack scenario. Like for a weekend, you can pick what maps you want to play on to see if it would even be worth implementing in Overwatch 2 competitive. And while a lot of people would like the idea of a map pick system because, well, it's already in like Call of Duty where you have 3 options. You got one map, you got a second map, and then you got a third option where you don't want either of those 2 maps, and then it auto picks the next map for you. But I don't know if a map pick system would actually work in Overwatch 2, because that would just take even more time away from playing the game, because you would have to have all 12 people vote on what map they would want, and that would take another 30 seconds. And while 30 seconds isn't a long time, if that happens with every single game, that means queue times are just gonna drastically increase, because that means there's gonna be way more people picking maps than there are people queuing. And that's why I don't think it's all that necessary. Just make good maps. That's the solution. Make good maps. But if we don't want to take 30 seconds to pick maps, then what if we took 30 seconds to ban heroes, which is the next bit of information that came from Aaron Keller that is constantly getting teased, is a pick ban hero system in Overwatch 2. I just want to remind you guys that we had this before. We had this, I think, in 2018, 2019, I can't remember, but basically a couple of heroes would not be playable in competitive for that week. And what this was supposed to do was to change up the meta, because GOATs overtook it. But the problem with that pick ban system is that Cats picked what heroes would get banned. I'm not kidding. Zoe's Cat literally picked a hero, I think it was May, that you could not play in the live service game and in the Overwatch League. It was so weird how they did it, but it was very unique. But Blizzard does want to add more features like a pick ban system in the future so that it can stop a meta from forming. The problem with that is that if you just ban one hero to be meta, then the second best hero is going to be meta. And that's the problem with a pick ban system in Overwatch 2, is that you can get one to run, but you can't get rid of the other meta that would form. And it could also make Overwatch less fun, because if your favorite hero is banned, then that's not great. But also, if someone one-tricks that hero and they're not good with any other hero, then you suffer because you either ban that hero or somebody else banned that hero. Also, how and who would choose what heroes banned? It's just very complicated that until we have hundreds of heroes, I don't think it's possible like in League of Legends. Next, let's talk about some cosmetics, because this is something that was very interesting to hear Aaron Karen talk about, which is a mythic tier to other cosmetics. So with skins, right now you have a common, you have rare, epic, legendary, and then you have a step above legendary, which is mythic. That would basically be applied to like highlight intros, emotes, and other stuff like that. And honestly, we already kind of have that with some emotes, like with Diva's gaming emote and Orissa's dog emote, where it has some sort of prop or special animation. But Flats asked if there would be that same sort of rarity with other cosmetics. And Aaron Keller just said,
what can I say about this? You know what? I guess I'm just not going to say no. How about that?
And I know I'm kind of reaching here, and everyone's reaching when they hear him say that it's not off the table, but I think the reason why he says it's not off the table is because obviously Blizzard would love to have more expensive highlight intros or victory poses and stuff like that to charge you more money for. But is anything in the pipeline? I don't think there's necessarily any mythic tier stuff where you can customize certain like voice lines or whatnot, but it would be cool to see that different type of cosmetic to be implemented where you can customize, say, like a highlight intro. We kind of have that with Mercy's pink skin, where the color changes from yellow to pink. So maybe in the future we can have that sort of thing where we can change colors of some things, maybe. But then again, it would be very expensive. Other topics on cosmetics are actually in regards of loot boxes, which is something that everyone asks Blizzard to bring back in some way or another. I always say replace the prestige tiers with loot boxes and give Overwatch 1 skins in those loot boxes. But Blizzard is adamant about scrapping loot boxes box entirely and saying that they had to go away for a free-to-play model in Overwatch 2, which is very sad to hear them say. But Blizzard, here is my argument to bring back loot boxes. Please, Blizzard, please! Let's talk about the next up-and-coming Season 10 hero venture, because Aaron Keller did drop that they are going to be getting some cute and unique lore pieces here in the near future.
We've got this like cute little unique piece that we're doing for venture right now, and it's pretty different than things that we've done before. So we're continuing to make some of the other things, like we've got some like upcoming comic or like an animated short or something like that. I think it's a little too early.
But what we could maybe get in replace of a full 4K animated short is an animation, sort of like what we got with that 3-part story series about last year, and then also with Malga a couple months ago, because they've been doing a lot with animation recently, so maybe we can get that. But also, when Aaron Keller specifies a cute and unique lore piece, here's something that I thought would be cool. A venture, they're an archaeologist. I imagine they dig for like dinosaur bones and whatnot. Maybe a short little children's book, something that can just tell Venture's story about digging up for dinosaur bones, because, well, children love the idea of dinosaurs and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know, that's something that's cute and unique that hasn't been done before, that could tell the story of Venture, that I would love to see. But here's something that only streamers would really care about, which is an up-and-coming improved streamer mode. Now, we do currently have a streamer mode in Overwatch 2 right now, but it is terrible. It does not work, and it does not do what it's intended for. And luckily, Aaron Keller did say that they are going to be getting something that will actually hide your identity from people that want to ruin your game.
We are going to be adding to the streamer mode, and I think it's probably going to get to what most people want, which is like real server side anonymity.
Which is good, because even if you're not a streamer, this could be something that could be useful if maybe a lot of people are throwing your games for whatever reason just based on your name. The final bit of information is going to be a potential rank reset before the 2025 comp season. So in case you guys haven't heard, every year there's going to be some sort of rank reset, but Aaron Keller did tell Dorado that maybe later on before the end of the year there could be another rank reset, a la like what happened with the Season 9 rank reset, where it wasn't a full everyone to bronze type of rank reset, but people did drop in rank and you had to climb back up to where you were at the end of Season 8. And that could happen more often than just on a yearly basis, maybe semi-annually or maybe every 8 months or so. So we could potentially look forward to that towards the end of the year. But guys, that's everything that was talked about for the future of Overwatch 2. A lot of good changes. Like, this is probably the most hopeful that I've been with Overwatch 2, but I want to know your guys' thoughts. What do you think about all these changes when it comes to the Battle Pass, competitive, heroes, maps? There's just so much changing, so much to look forward to. But until it happens, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching more Overwatch 2 videos to come, and bye.